In this lesson, we're going to create a new presentation in PowerPoint. So I'm going to go down here and start PowerPoint and choose a blank presentation. And you can see this is what our window looks like when we're creating a blank presentation. By default, PowerPoint automatically brings up a title slide. So I'm first going to go ahead and just create some slides just by adding some content. So right here I'm going to put getting an A in CIS 1050. And of course, typically down here our subtitle would include the author's name or the presenter's name. And then now I want to add a new slide. So for right now we're just going to do content, and then we'll go ahead and format this a little bit. We'll go to new slide. You can see these are our choices here. Maybe on this second slide I'm going to do a title and content. So I'll add a new slide called title and content, and I'll put a summary slide here. So maybe I'll call this still getting an A. So we'll shorten it up a little bit. And then you can see I have a bulleted list option here that I can choose, or you have all these other options that we can choose from. So we could insert a table, insert a chart, insert smart art, pictures, online pictures, and video can all go at this slide too. So we don't have to use it as a bulleted list, but in this case I do. So maybe to do well in a class, you have to read the book, review the end of chapter, fix that up a little bit, end of chapter terms, do the homework assignments, and participate. So that's our content for slide number 2. If I do another slide, maybe this one, I'm going to want a title and content again. And maybe this one's going to be something to do with homework. And maybe this time I want to go ahead and insert something. So I'm going to go to online pictures and maybe type in school and see what we get. Maybe this will be an indicator of studying. So we'll click on that and hit insert. You can see it pops the graphic in here. I told you earlier we can shrink this down. And of course pay attention to the fact that we get a Picture Tools Format tab. Then I'm going to go back to Home again, and then we can choose New Slide again. So this time maybe I want to do to content, so we can have content on either side. And I'll go ahead and talk about the pros and cons of studying. Maybe we can make a bulleted list. So the pros would be you do well. Oops. You do well in class. And we could list other ones, of course. And then the cons would be fail the class. So just to get a feel for the different types of slide content we can have. So that gives you an overview of just creating a basic presentation with content. Now if I go over here to the Design tab, again we saw these themes earlier, and if I hit the drop down arrow here, we can look at some of the theme options. So maybe I'll go ahead and choose this particular built-in theme. And again, the theme gets applied to all the slides. And then we also have something called variants. If I go to colors, we can kind of change up the original slide by choosing a variant. So maybe I want a little more darkness, so I'll go this way with it. We mentioned in the previous lesson, in the last chapter, the idea that we can set transitions and animations here, so we'll do that in a minute. And we can also go ahead and add more information to the slides too.